2015 was a year of mixed fortunes for the Indian automobile industry. New product launches, lower interest rates and a strong urban demand boosted passenger car sales. But the Chennai floods impacted the production of major auto companies and led to huge losses. Also, the motorcycle and three-wheeler industry had a forgettable year with a decline in sales. According to industry data, domestic passenger car sales in 2015 rose by 9.8% to cross the 2 million mark for the first time. But despite the growth, 2015 is also the year of maximum product recalls, with the numbers crossing over 1 million units. The major recalls include Honda Cars recalling 3.29 lakh vehicles and Volkswagen India's recall of 3.23 lakh vehicles because of the global emissions scandal. The other dampener in 2015 for the industry was on the issue of pollution, especially the Delhi High Court calling the state a gas chamber. The Delhi government's odd-even formula to regulate pollution hit sentiment. Also, the Supreme Court banned the registration of diesel vehicles with engine capacity of more than 2000 cc for 3 months. Luxury car makers including Audi, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, JLR and mass market players Mahindra & Mahindra and Tata Motors took a blow because of the ban. On a positive note, the government did encourage eco-friendly vehicles with the new FAME or Faster Adoption and Manufacturing of Hybrid and Electric Vehicles scheme. This offers incentives of up to 29,000 rupees for electric bikes and 1.38 lakh for hybrid and electric cars. In 2015, auto and auto component manufacturers saw their plants located in and around Chennai shut because of heavy flooding. Industry reports indicate a production loss of 5%, around 150 to 180 crore for the auto industry and 105 crore for the SME auto component sector. Back to the numbers then, where one of the big positives of 2015 was the turnaround in the overall commercial vehicle segment, which posted a healthy 7.4% sales growth. However, three-wheeler sales declined by 3.29%. Overall, two-wheeler segment sales, which includes offtake for scooters, motorcycles and mopeds, were flat, but scooter sales continued to grow at over 12%. Motorcycle sales, however, dropped by 3.42% on the back of low rural demand. At the 2016 NDTV Car and Bike Awards, auto industry heads spoke in depth of the year gone by and why they expect 2016 to be better than 2015.
Thank you all so much for joining us this evening, and it's been a really great year. We've had all these years of success in auto programming led by Siddharth and of course by the entire team at Car and Bike and all the other shows that we've done. This year we took it one step forward with carandbike.com, which is now launched and is coming out in its full avatar in a couple of weeks. So do track all the progress on that particular front. But for the moment, let's also try and catch up with what's been happening in the industry in general. So I would like to invite to come up onto the stage and join me in a small discussion, Mr. Kenichi Akoyawa, the Managing Director and CEO of Maruti Suzuki, if he could come up onto the stage. Rakesh Srivastava, VP Marketing at Hyundai. Eric Vass, President Motorcycle Business at Bajaj. Nigel Harris, the President and Managing Director of Ford. Mr. K.G.Krishnamoorthy Rao, Future Generali India Insurance Company Limited's Managing Director and CEO. All right, so thank you all so much for joining us here as we try and take stock of what's happening in the auto industry in general. It's not been the best of years, or has it? Or the years to come going to be even better? So your take on the overall industry, where do you think it's poised?
Yeah, I think the actual market itself is not so much good, but I fear that on October onward that becomes better as far as getting the report from market.
So now it started to bounce back in your view.
Yeah, but unfortunately some accident happened that, to banning at the vehicle or something. That kind of concern that becomes bigger.
Okay, Rakesh?
When we look at the auto industry, well, last couple of years have definitely been challenging. But then the auto industry, I think, has shown strength. Last 13 months, month after month, right, we have shown growth year on year. I think that's a great positive for the auto industry. But when we look at these growth, the challenges that we see is that this growth is not all inclusive. It's not with every manufacturer. It's largely with few models and largely with the new models that have grown. I think that's a challenge. But then we are hopeful. The way we have been bringing in new brands as the auto industry, almost every year we launch somewhere around 30 to 40 vehicles in music brands. And I think that's great. The industry keeps on investing in customers and the growth is there. We are hopeful that yes, when we look at the auto industry, every 6 years, the auto industry doubles. So if that's the situation, this year we should be looking at something like 2.5 million and 2020, hopefully 5 million.
And you see that continuing in the next few cycles as
Definitely, my thing is let's look at it is in terms of the car population. It's 21 per thousand, one of the lowest that we can see it around. But the good point is that it's increasing, and with the per capita income increasing, and with the kind of investments that are coming in, I think we'll see a better growth rate, especially with the growth of economy.
In a couple of minutes, I also ask all of you, where do we put all these vehicles on the roads? So that's obviously something else that has to be done as we go forward. But your take on the overall industry and your segment in particular?
This last year has been a particularly weak year for the two-wheeler industry. However, I do believe that given the requirements of our country and our very large population for movement, the best years are still to come for us. I also see a significant shift in the kind of products people are buying. I do see a trend among customers to move up a little bit. You see extremely strong growth rates, and I think sustainable growth rates at the upper end of the motorcycle market. And I think that's a healthy sign for all of us in the industry. I think customers are discerning better products and they started buying them.
But as incomes start to go up and people move from bicycles and others to two-wheelers, you don't think at some point there's going to be a sweet spot lower in the entry-level two-wheelers, in a sense?
That is there in the country. It's always been there, and that will continue to be there. I think it's the upper end which was very unrepresented, which has started growing recently.
Nigel?
So it's basically been said, that there's been small growth this year. I think the best is still yet to come, but I think probably from an Indian consumer's point of view, it's been a stunning year. I don't think Indian consumers have ever seen such a wide variety of new vehicles made on offer to them. And I think the big winner really is the Indian consumer. And we are seeing a lot of consumers on our showroom floors, I think across all brands, which would indicate that there is demand there. They're probably just waiting for the right set of circumstances to actually come out and buy. So there's latent demand, there's no doubt about it. It's going to happen at some stage.
Mr. Rao, on the question of insurance, India, do you think that sector is also going to continue to grow? And especially if you look at the new road safety bill, does that have certain provisions that you think are going to make sure that everyone has better levels of insurance than they do right now?
In the general insurance industry, is closely related to the growth of auto insurance. Auto insurance is around 45% of the general insurance premium. So when the auto industry grows, we will be happy that the insurance sector also grows. And the road safety bill, which is pending in Parliament for some time, introduces quite a few measures which will encourage the old people to ensure that they take insurance. So that will, in addition, spur the growth of the insurance industry.
I like to focus. I like to discuss. मैं हूँ goal oriented. और मैं हूँ girl oriented. My style, pinstripes, always. मेरा, everything else, my destination. Dalal Street. Yeah, okay. Fashion Street, yeah. I'm a morning person. I love Monday mornings. Saturday nights are for me, yo. मुझे बिजनेस के बारे में सब आता है और मुझे शो बिजनेस के बारे में I'm all about 9 to 5. I'm all about after hours. I work hard. I play hard. Okay. India's first 2-in-1 channel. NDTV Profit, NDTV Prime. Work hard, play hard.
Hey, you got a minute? Good. Let's take a walk. Money is a funny thing. It's not just physical, it's convertible. So you can move it, milk it, or multiply it.
There's a time to save and a time to be brave with money. Every trading day, minimum risks, maximum reward. Non-stop NDTV Profit from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And when the clock strikes 5, sign into Prime with completely different programming.
College to career? Get on the fast track.
You know the hottest spots in town. Now, how about the hottest plots in town?
Once there was heaven and hell, and now there's only online and offline.
The shortest distance between two places is a straight line, but the smartest way has a lot more curves.
Life is a stage.
बॉस ये बॉलीवुड है शेक्सपियर नहीं
Boss, man is actor, God is director. Move over, Bollywood. Lollywood is coming to town. That's Laugh Out Loudlywood. For those who want to.
India's first 2-in-1 channel. NDTV Profit, NDTV Prime. Work hard. Play hard. Work hard. Play hard.
एक रात में एक लड़का जितना फेसबुक पे रिसर्च करता है ना, उतने तो वास्को डी गामा ने अपनी पूरी जिंदगी में नहीं की होगी। क्योंकि पता है, हम अपने दोस्त के दोस्त के दोस्त की 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 प्रोफाइल में जाके उसकी प्रोफाइल की लड़कियों की फोटोज चेकआउट कर रहे होते हैं, और उनमें 10 सेकंड पहले तक हमें पता भी नहीं था कि इस फोटो और नाम की कोई दूसरी लड़की हो सकती है। कवर पेज खुला, प्रोफाइल पेज खुली, और जैसे अबाउट में आता है ना, और अगर गलती से उसमें मैरिड निकल जाए तो यार अंदर कुछ टूट जाता है। ऐसा लगता है जैसे इससे पूछ लूं कि शादी कर ली, बताया भी नहीं तुमने।
Rising Stars of Comedy, Monday and Thursday at 10 p.m. on NDTV Prime.
Sometimes things won't go fast enough. Time is running out and my life is standing still. I'm here but the world is out there. The confusion, the decision, the not knowing, the inertia, it drives me crazy. Especially when someone asks me that stupid question. So what are you going to do with your life? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to chase the impossible dream. I'm going to trade advice for my inner voice. Shut out the noise so I can march to my own drum. I'm going to run in a different direction. Swim against the tide because I want to do what hasn't been done.
If you need a career compass, then we're charting the roadmap to your dreams.
You wanted to know what I'm doing with my life? I'm a shooting star headed for the sun.
Heads Up, Monday to Friday at 6:30 p.m. on NDTV Prime.
So tell me, what exactly is this channel about?
What is it that all Indian men think about all the time?
Me?
Okay, but other than you?
Other than me, they think of... Okay, it's a word that starts with the letter S.
What? It's a family channel.
You dirty mind, I'm talking about stocks.
Stocks, right. So that's the work hard part of this channel, right? Then there's the play hard part, which is gadgets and auto and Bollywood and comedy and all that sort of stuff. And that's what most men will want to watch, and they'll be able to watch it on NDTV
Well, I'm
Prime.
really, really sorry to burst your bubble, but that's also what women want to watch. Women like me. Cars, bikes, tech and comedy and everything else.
So women can watch this too. It's got just about everything for everyone.
If you like to work hard and play hard, this is the place to be.
At the present moment, do you think Indians are underinsured when it comes to the automobiles they have?
If you look at the number of vehicles on the roads and number of vehicles insured, there are still quite a number of four-wheelers uninsured, and majority of two-wheelers are not insured. Though there is a law that there has to be compulsory insurance, at least on the third-party side, still there are a lot of vehicles on the road which are not insured.
Coming to some of the other themes that we've been discussing, like Make in India, for example, a rather interesting turning point where India, for the first time, selling Suzukis to Japan. Can you tell us some more details about that?
I think it is our pleasure and honor to starting export the product which we are producing in India to global market. Usually, it used to be we are exporting some model to Europe and other country, but unfortunately, this Bahrain is the first car we are exporting our product to Japan, to mother country. That is it's a great honor. Also, we have been carefully to treat it the quality issue, and we have to preparing that we are. I have confidence we can satisfy that this car to satisfy the Japanese customer also.
So is India now in the position where in terms of quality, if it comes to the possibilities of emission standards, safety standards, are the cars that we are now producing comparable with any in the world, or can they get to the sort of emission standards that might be required?
Yeah, technically it's possible that the regulation is different country by country. We can align that to matching those kind of regulation to each country. We already also product itself the good for the customer should be the good for customer, but customer demand is something different individual. We have to catch up with those individual demand. That is a very important point.
Are there some of these regulatory issues that could possibly come up? I mean, India may well, given the levels of pollution that we have, tighter emission standards are likely to come in. We're seeing questions around diesel going forward in India as to whether diesel is going to be, at least in Delhi, whether new cars will be registered, and that question has to be answered. Are these some cross currents that all of you are battling?
Well, there are challenges in terms of the regulatory norms. The key is exactly is that yes, definitely you have Ministry of Heavy Industries along with the related ministries frames those rules. But then there are also judicial activism or there are other agencies, right, which tend to have their own say. I think these are the challenges that the auto industry is facing, whom to look forward to, right, in terms of a roadmap. Because the Ministry of Heavy Industry is the one which actually makes the Motor Vehicle Act, etc. and others. But or along with the Ministry of Road and Highways, the related ministries. For the auto industry, I think what we are looking forward to is a longer roadmap. It's a capital-intensive industry. Technology is involved. And the auto industry is willing to invest in it, right? And that's the way it has been. It's an industry of almost around 68,000 crores. That's the kind of annual revenue which the industry generates, with almost around 2.5 crores of people employed directly and indirectly. Now, with this kind of involvement, where you have 7% of the GDP of the country is auto, I think what we are looking forward to is a longer roadmap, which is with a pragmatic and systematic policy being drawn. I think that could boost the investment in industry.
How about in the two-wheeler segment, emission norms and other things that are coming in?
In the two-wheeler industry, I don't think face a significant challenge on emission norms, because India already has norms which are extremely tight on two-wheelers. For example, the bikes that we make can be sold in Europe as they are. So we don't see a challenge. Of course, norms will evolve and we will always be ahead of the curve.
Your view on the norms, on challenges that might come around diesel, any of these issues?
So I guess for a company like Ford Motor Company, the company I represent, we're exporting to over 40 countries now, and we meet those standards in all of the different 40 countries that we export to, whether it's Mexico or Middle East and Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Europe. So the technology is definitely there, and we're definitely capable. We are working very closely as a group, Society of Indian Automotive Manufacturers, with the government to actually come up with the right solutions on emissions and standards. And that's actually working pretty well. We just need to keep advancing them. We actually have, as an example, you mentioned diesel before, very good diesel technology here in India today that most of us are selling that meet Bharat Stage 4 and are very good on emissions. So, the recent moves in Delhi are a little bit of a surprise to us. But the technology's there and we're selling it today here in India.
Health insurance might be something that, especially lung insurance in Delhi, that would probably do really well.
The better safety norms always will reduce the number of accidents, both the frequency and severity. And naturally, in the long run, will help customer in reducing his premium.
All right, so before I toss it to Siddharth, who's there in the audience somewhere, maybe one word from each one of you. The coming year, better or worse than the year that we've just had? And let me go in reverse order.
It should be better.
Better?
Better.
Better?
Much better.
Much better.
Should be a great year, right?
It should be a great
It should
year.
be a great year, right? The way we have been doing, right?
Okay.
Of course, better.
All right, so that's a fairly optimistic panel and unanimous in their optimism.
The brand ambassador of the year.
The brand ambassador of the year award goes to Virat Kohli for TVS.
Virat, what's your reaction to winning the brand ambassador of the year for TVS Car and Bike Award?
Well, thank you. Firstly, I'm very, very happy to be awarded, with this particular award, and it's my association with TVS has been a very fruitful and a very special one. So, eventually, to get an award out of it, obviously, feels like an incentive, which is, always a nice feeling. So, I'm very happy to win this award, and thank you so much, TVS, firstly, for the association. And the way we have worked together has obviously made this happen, has made this particular award possible. So thank you so much to TVS and you guys for finding me worthy of winning this award as well.
Wow, that's a strong endorsement. There's another Jerry Maguire in the making here. Well, Virat, you've been associated with a lot of brands, Pepsi from the top of my head, MRF, Adidas. So is there anything specific about TVS that you particularly were impressed by?
Well, TVS has, as I said, has been a very fruitful and a very long association now. And, the one thing that impressed me the most about TVS was the professionalism and the simplicity with which the people in TVS work. So it's an association which I've always enjoyed. There have been no sort of hassles or troubles from the brand itself, and whenever we've had campaigns as well, it's always been with regard to the way I am, and things have been discussed at a decent level. So the association in that aspect has been very, very understanding, and I've had no issues with the brand at all through the course of my association with them. So I've been very happy with TVS, and eventually, as I said, this award is just an incentive to that association and that relationship.
Well, you're clearly an advertiser's dream, but Virat, you get a lot of brand endorsement requests for all sorts of products. Are you selective about the brands you choose to endorse?
Yes, I am very selective about the brands that I associate with. It matters, from the point of view that every person is different. Every person has a different personality and character. So it's very important to find the right fit for yourself. And as I said, it's important to have the right kind of campaigns as well, which present you in the way that you are and not someone different from you. So I obviously look a lot into the brands that I'm associating with, and it's a very important aspect for me.
All right, and lastly, Virat, are you a car guy, a bike guy? What do you prefer, and when can we see you in person at the next Car and Bike Awards?
Well, I like bikes, but from a distance. I prefer cars over bikes. I feel more safer in cars. That's one of the major factors why I like cars more. And I can sort of experience speed, but with extra safety compared to bikes. And so I'm more of a car person. I like to see bikes. I like to see their performances, but I don't prefer riding bikes myself too much because it just feels very unsafe as far as I'm concerned. It's like a fear in my heart. So I prefer going for drives rather than rides. I have ridden bikes and two-wheelers in the past, so I'm not alien to it, but I would prefer to go for a drive in a car that I feel like I can really step up with the speed. And about the show, I don't know. This time would have been a good opportunity to actually come to receive this award, but unfortunately, because I'm not there, I have to sort of speak in this manner. But in future, if there's an opportunity for me to come to the show, I would definitely love to do so and know more about different cars and bikes that are being discussed around the world. So it'll be interesting to be there.
I like to focus. I like to discuss. मैं हूँ goal oriented और मैं हूँ girl oriented. My style pinstripes always. मेरा everything else my destination. Dalal Street. Yeah, okay. Fashion Street. Yeah. I'm a morning person. I love Monday mornings. Saturday nights are for me. Yo, yo. मुझे बिजनेस के बारे में सब आता है और मुझे शो बिजनेस के बारे में I'm all about 9 to 5. I'm all about after hours. I work hard. I play hard. Okay. India's first 2-in-1 channel. NDTV Profit, NDTV Prime. Work hard, play hard.
एक रात में एक लड़का जितना फेसबुक पे रिसर्च करता है ना, उतने तो वास्को डी गामा ने अपनी पूरी जिंदगी में नहीं की होगी। क्योंकि पता है, हम अपने दोस्त के दोस्त की 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 प्रोफाइल में जाके उसकी प्रोफाइल की लड़कियों की फोटोज चेकआउट कर रहे होते हैं और उन्हें 10 सेकंड पहले तक हमें पता भी नहीं था कि इस फोटो और नाम की कोई दूसरी लड़की हो सकती है। कवर पेज खुला, प्रोफाइल पेज खुली और जैसे अबाउट में आता है ना, और अगर गलती से उसमें मैरिड निकल जाए तो यार अंदर कुछ टूट जाता है। ऐसा लगता है जैसे इससे पूछ लूं कि शादी कर ली, बताया भी नहीं तुमने।
Rising Stars of Comedy, Monday and Thursday at 10 p.m. on NDTV Prime.
Sometimes things won't go fast enough. Time is running out and my life is standing still. I'm here but the world is out there. The confusion, the decision, the not knowing, the inertia, it drives me crazy. Especially when someone asks me that stupid question. So what are you going to do with your life? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to chase the impossible dream. I'm going to trade advice for my inner voice. Shut out the noise so I can march to my own drum. I'm going to run in a different direction. Swim against the tide because I want to do what hasn't been done.
If you need a career compass, then we're charting the roadmap to your dreams.
You wanted to know what I'm doing with my life? I'm a shooting star headed for the sun.
Heads Up, Monday to Friday at 6:30 p.m. on NDTV Prime.
So tell me, what exactly is this channel about?
What is it that all Indian men think about all the time?
Me?
Okay, but other than you?
Other than me, they think of... Okay, it's a word that starts with the letter S.
What? It's a family channel.
You dirty mind, I'm talking about stocks.
Stocks, right. So that's the work hard part of this channel, right? Then there's the play hard part, which is gadgets and auto and Bollywood and comedy and all that sort of stuff. And that's what most men will want to watch, and they'll be able to watch it on NDTV
Well, I'm
Prime.
really sorry to burst your bubble, but that's also what women want to watch. Women like me. Cars, bikes, tech and comedy and everything else.
So women can watch this too. It's got just about everything for everyone.
If you like to work hard and play hard, this is the place to be.